Let's talk about castor oil packing your lungs. This is a powerful natural remedy that can help heal and decongest your bronchial and lung passages. This is applicable for individuals who experience asthma or environmental toxins or smoke inhalation, as well as individuals who have respiratory diseases like COPD or emphysema or fibrosis or sarcoidosis and even pleurisy. I cannot wait to share with you the amazing lymphatic stimulating effects, the anti-inflammatory effects, the pain relieving effects, the antimicrobial, the decongesting effects, and the blood flow improvement, which will deliver oxygen to your lungs. If you're ready to heal your lungs, I can't wait to share with you today's video. I'm Dr. Melissa Gallagher, and if you're watching this and you're new to my channel, welcome. I have well over 1 million views on the assorted castor oil pack therapy and benefit videos. But I've realized recently with the events and the types of patients I'm seeing that are having a lot of smoke inhalation and damage to the lungs with pneumonia and bronchitis and RSV, that today's video would be very impactful and helpful for them. So if you are one of those individuals, I welcome you into my community. I'm excited to share with you the powerful, impactful therapy of using castor oil pack over your lungs. And I'm going to share with you how we do that. But most importantly, I want to share with you, I am a lymphatic therapist. That's one of my core areas of expertise in my naturopathic practice. It's a very specialized field where I work with folks who have lymphatic impairment, lymphatic dysfunction, and assorted post-cancer, post-surgery, and cardiovascular lymphatic diseases. Now I'm going to share with you, your lungs have a unique lymphatic system, unlike other areas of your body, because your lungs are part of your frontline immune system. And your lymphatic system has two unique roles. Part of it is to promote your immune state. The other and most important part of your lymphatic system is to detox and to get rid of excess fluid that's sitting in what we call interstitial space and tissue, like the pleural tissue and your lung tissue. And it is also meant to get rid of toxins, pathogens, and assorted environmental inflammation that is affecting not just your lungs, but the rest of your body. The lymphatics of your lungs is extremely unique and specialized to help address toxins, pathogens, and inflammation that we are inhaling. And it is also a frontline part of your immune system. So I'm going to share with you just briefly how castor oil can impact your lymphatics and why it's so important for decongesting your lungs and your bronchial passageways, and also reducing inflammation of the lung tissue while also enhancing the immune response. So anatomy-wise, your lymphatic endothelium is quite broad. We have an assortment of intralobular, perivascular, subpleural, perivascular, bronchopulmonary nodes, and lymphatic vessels and capillaries in your lungs. Your lymphatic system actually coordinates your adaptive immune response. This is the magic system that castor oil packing your lungs is going to invigorate. And when we are looking at healing your lungs and decongesting your lungs and easing sore muscles from coughing or helping a cough be more productive to release phlegm and junk and gunk and toxins and pathogens we've inhaled, this is where castor oil is extremely effective. Castor oil can invigorate your lymphatic system. And because of the unique nature of your lung lymphatics, it has a very impactful effect, more so than when we castor oil pack our face or our liver or our knees or our uteruses or our prostates. And this is really exciting because we can get a very impactful effect by castor oil packing at least once a day for an hour over the whole entire lung cavity. When we castor oil pack your lungs, we are going to tap into the natural adaptive immune response mechanism, which helps kick off healing in those passageways, whether you're dealing with bronchitis or pneumonia, a pleurisy, or fibrosis, or intensive environmental toxins via smoke inhalation, whether it's smoking or environmental smoke. This is going to help you feel better and have more productive lung healing. The phytochemical in the ricin bean, the castor oil, is ricinoleic acid. This amazing acid has been studied and it's been used for centuries, millennia. The power that we're tapping into when we're packing over the lungs and the back of the lungs, the side of the lungs, we are addressing every part of your lung lymphatics. And your lung lymphatics is all the way up here in the bronchial passageways. We have the pulmonary bronchial lymph nodes that go down and spread out in through vessels and vasculature of the lymphatics. If you are dealing with intensive mucus or even impaired flow, so a lot of times you might have a CT scan and it's all gray, that shows a massive amount of inflammation and often fluid sitting in the air sacs. The effect of castor oil, when we apply this pack over both the front and the back of the lungs. So you're basically going to pack the whole entire front, and then we're going to use a second pad, and I'll have links to all the items. They're all together. You can grab them very easily. They'll be posted down below. But you can pack the back, so the whole entire back, the side, and this whole entire front region. There are two different sizes that I find to be helpful. This is the smaller size, and then there's a larger size that I'll show you here. One of the things that you're going to be targeting are all aspects of that whole entire lymphatic system. This is very different than just packing the breast tissue. We are targeting every side, every aspect of the lung tissue. And it's very, very effective at promoting lymphatic flow. So don't be surprised if you, maybe even midway, especially if you're really congested with a lot of inflammation, a lot of pain, a lot of congestion, don't be surprised if 10-15 minutes of sitting here in your castor oil pack that you have to run and urinate. That is a sign that the lymphatics are engaged. They are stimulated, which is what we want. We want to clear congestion, toxins, pathogens, environmental debris, even cellular debris that the lymphatics is removing. And anytime you're dealing with an infection or a chronic disease, a chronic respiratory disease, there's always an inflammatory cycle process. Castor oil packing for a minimum of an hour allows your body's lymphatic system to really get that cycling going. And when we're cycling and flushing out toxins, we're clearing and detoxing the lungs, which is what we want to optimize blood flow. We want to also bring nutrients and additional oxygen to your cells, to your bronchioles, to your lung passageways, and the pleural tissue. That's a space in between the lung and the ribs. That's a kind of a state where often we can see a lot of inflammation as well when we have expansion of the lungs from fluid or inflammation or congestion, phlegm. This is really key. Castor oil packing your lung bronchial region in the back, sides, and front will greatly help promote that lymphatic detox. The other thing that detoxing does with the lymphatic flow is now we're invigorating this natural, innate immune response. We're gonna see the lymphocytes get invigorated. We're gonna see those lymph nodes. Sometimes they get swollen, especially if you have chronic respiratory illnesses or have had multiple infections, bronchitis, or even pneumonia. You might even see, or you can palpate those lymph nodes, and they're tender. One of the things that I hear frequently is that I have patients that cough so hard that it hurts so much that they don't want to cough anymore, or they don't want to do deep breathing because their lung muscles, that lung and then the muscles along the rib cage, is feeling inflamed and is in pain. That's actually the reverse of what we want to happen. We want you to take good deep breaths. We want you to do some good leaning forward and big deep coughing to expel any of that phlegm. When you castor oil pack, that can be more effective. And it's not uncommon that I have patients, depending on how you're doing your castor oil setup, is midway, 30 minutes into your castor oil packing, and maybe you want to reheat your warming pad, or you are running to the bathroom. Do all your stuff, run to the bathroom, get things reheated. But before you lay back, I want you to lean forward, put your feet, both feet on the ground, kind of get your hips settled, and I want you to lean forward while you've got the packs on. And I want you to take 2 to 3 really big, deep inhalations through your nose, and then we're leaning forward and you're going to cough. What you're gonna do is you're gonna blow out through the mouth a little bit, and then you're gonna incite a cough. You go. So you get a really deep cough. So the idea here is that we can incorporate the castor oil pack with the deep, long inhalation and expectorating that can occur with that cough. Don't be shocked if you've had a lung infection or are getting over smoking, or maybe you're detoxing your lungs because of smoke inhalation and you're in an area where there's a ton of smoke and fires, or really poor air quality and they've got red warnings on your highways that the air quality is really bad. Don't be surprised when you lean forward and you take some of those coughs in that kind of middle break of your castor oil packing. If you get discolored phlegm, totally normal. And just think about it. That is all getting out. We want it to expectorate. We want to clear the lungs. We want to decongest that tissue. So we're decongesting from a lymphatic perspective when we castor oil pack, but we're also allowing the body in that process and the easing of the muscles, sometimes tense muscles, we're not coughing as productively. By doing that type of cough, you're actually getting things motivated. So here's the recommendation. And I have a ton of videos. I'll post those here, I'll post those there. They'll be linked in the description box and here at the end of this video. I recommend castor oil packing for intensive infections or chronic respiratory infections. Castor oil pack every day. Now, if you've had inhalation, smoke inhalation, maybe you work in an area where you've got a lot of environmental toxins, or you're outside and you're in an area where there's a lot of air pollutants, or you have a lot of allergies, I would even recommend castor oil packing twice a day, in the morning and right before bed. Those tend to be when we need to clear our lungs most, and especially before bed, because if we can get all of that moving and detoxing, your body is going to be also clearing, and that lymphatic promotion will invigorate the immune response and help the lung tissue heal faster. And for normal maintenance, for patients that have COPD, emphysema, sarcoidosis, and even cases of cystic fibrosis, I recommend at least 2 or 3 times a week routinely castor oil packing. I have some patients that have come to me who have watched some of my videos for an assortment of reasons, and when we start castor oil packing the lungs specifically, we are seeing healing of these progressive, often labeled non-curative diseases. And emphysema and COPD are falling in this category. And I've even had a recent patient last year who had holes, literally holes in his lungs. We have seen the speedy healing of those lung walls, and it's blowing his pulmonologist away. But I'm excited because we know from a lymphatic perspective, and for many of you who are seeking to be healthy and you want alternatives, and often when you get sent home if you have pneumonia or you get checked out after a CT scan or a breathing test, there's not a lot that they can do. There might be an over-the-counter medication, a decongestant. They might put you on some anti-inflammatories and some strong pharmaceutical drugs, but there's not a lot that they say, this is what you can do at home. And so this is why I created this video. I hope you find this helpful. Feel free to ask me any questions you have about castor oil packing specifically for your lungs. If you're interested in other parts of the body or how you can use castor oil packing for beauty benefits or other lymphatic benefits, or addressing cysts and fibroids if you are male or female, I will post a whole entire castor oil playlist down below where you can watch and peruse and jones out on watching these videos. But I really am excited to share this powerful, very inexpensive DIY at-home therapy that will heal your lungs. I can't wait to kick off this lung healing with you, and please come back and leave comments about the successes you have. I can't tell you how many of you comment on our videos and actually inspire each other. We're a community here. And so I encourage you to make comments, even if you're not going to do lung castor oil packing, but have had benefits from castor oil packing, please leave a comment. It's very encouraging, and it's not just me saying it. I really, really encourage that community effort. So let's cheer each other on for health and wellness. And thank you for tuning in. I can't wait for you to see my next video. You're going to find more healing in that. Make sure you subscribe, hit that like button, and I'll see you on our next video.